Hello, my name is Scott for SB Gaming and welcome back to Transport Fever, Train Fever Industrialist, and last episode we got the Industry Provider achievement, the achievement that requires you to supply a town with, wherever it is, it's not down there, Industry Provider, where are you? Right here, 60% coverage for every industry good in a town. We got that now. We are just working on the Commerce Provider achievement. We are also going to be working on Industrialist, which is going to be inevitable. We just have to get all the industries connected and producing. Not too much of a problem. And then, of course, Train Fever. Reach of the year 2000 only using trains. This is going to be not a problem. This is not going to be a problem. It's Commerce Provider that is going to be a challenge. And so yeah, over here in Minchinhampton, we got 41% in tools, 74% in food. And over here we got 33% in tools, 84% in food. So I'm thinking that either or is going to be a good enough one to run goods to. Now, with that said, although actually, no, Minchinhampton I think is the one I'm going to focus on. Tools isn't necessarily going to be a problem. We got a lot of production going, and it wasn't too hard to get the tools. Food, not a problem. Food is being supplied, but it's just a matter of goods. So where are the goods? Well, there is goods right here, and as you can probably see on the map, yep, we have a few new lines of track. Actually, a little bit more than a few. We have this station here, has a line running for planks. The planks come from over there. And then this is going to be a shunting service across over to Minchinhampton. And I ended up having to bring it down at an extreme angle and bring it into here. What I might just do with the Minchinhampton oil and fuel line, since it only stops here on the way back, is to take the line that goes over to the refinery and effectively, yep, this line here, bring it across and basically shoot it over on this side, cross over, and then come back so that we have an open platform here. And so if I were to do that, that would actually make the connection into Minchinhampton a little bit easier. And what I'd probably do is, well, I would like to take this and bring it underneath these and feed it through here. But I might just do something like this. Not that. Something like, not that. Something like that. And just, yeah, bridge over. Maybe run parallel. Maybe just bring it onto this side of the track. So once I hit Minchinhampton, I can just cross over and go around Minchinhampton. Then cross back over. Because if I were able to do that, I wouldn't need to bridge this over at the extreme angle that I am. Bring it down. I could bring it into this platform here. And I could force this over onto this side. And then I could bring this not at an extreme angle. I could probably raise this up a bit more so that I could then tunnel under it there for the goods. And then I'd probably keep this low and keep this high, since there's a little bit of a hill here, so that makes sense. But yeah, I had to make a funky bridge like that. I'm probably going to spend some time and money off screen cleaning it up, but I'm currently in the middle of a recording session, so I can't take the time to spend to actually make things look perfect. So, yeah. Anyway, what we are going to do is set up a number of new lines. We are going to run from here over into Minchinhampton. And this is what will ideally flow goods into the system, and where I will probably be trying to supply Minchinhampton rather than Melton. Although with that said, goods can of course run back to Melton, so maybe with enough flow through I can get that rolling. And this is going to be goods. This is going to be TF Minchinhampton goods. We are going to need to connect this up because I didn't want to spend the time to do it off screen. I did enough off screen as it was. We want to flat like that. And we don't really care about price. We care about speed. Yep, 1.03 million. And there we go. Although, bother. Alright, so that is that. Now, with the signals, due to how I have the track set up, the signals have to go on the inside. And this, rather than going like that, because I need traffic going left-hand drive, we need to do them like this. Like that, and that's where that splits off. So yeah, basically the logs run all the way up to there, then down to there. We are going to want to signal that up, and this basically gets its own dedicated track. We're gonna want that there. And that there. And that there. To there. We have a steel line coming in like this. It basically drops off steel and then heads back to the steel mill. So we are going to want to signal that up as well. Nope. And we can signal up here. And we want signal here. And we will do one there. We are going to do one there. And one there. Once we get commerce provider, it's pretty much just a matter of just letting time fast forward until the year 2000, since the year 2000 is when we get one of our other achievements. Yeah, I did show that off screen. Or I might even built it. It's sometimes hard to remember what I did on screen and what I did off screen. So, yeah, about that. Do I have any more that I need to? Nope, I don't think. Nope, that's good. So we have the steel line, which we will set up right now. Although we are going to want to connect this into that. We're going to want the Alco HH600, and we just want 2 stake cars. We're going to set this to new line from here all the way up to here. And that is going to be that color. And just to make sure, does it go on the... Of course not. Go back to depot. Alright, this is TF, I would say Minchinhampton steel. There we go. Alright, so we have the steel line. Actually, what we might as well do is just go and... Yep. Just make sure that we have all the lines set up. Let's throw a depot right there. We're going to buy an Alco HH and a couple boxcars. We're going to set this to Minchinhampton goods. Other than that, there is no other lines. We need the planks line. And we might as well throw a depot right on the end of here. Buying trains, Alco HH600, and the, oh no, not boxcars, stake cars. And we are going to set this to a new line from there all the way up to here, down to here, and this is going to be that color. This is going to be TF Minchinhampton lumber. Alright, so now, is there any other lines that I've set up that do not have any... Actually, no. Yep, alright. So, those are all connected. I will eventually connect up to Burton and Haywood, but that will come sometime in the future. Over here in... what I'll probably do... is I'm going to probably want to take this maybe actually another option is we have this coverage up to there. One thing we could do is we could set up a freight station. That basically, nice curvature, and does that Looks like it does. What is over here? This is industrial. Just to be sure. Just tear apart part of the city. And we are going to throw this basically right here. What I might also do, so goods. Running a Calne to Burton TFM line. Which would actually be the goods line. Actually, I might run 2. Or just... let's do 4 platforms. And yeah, that definitely gets coverage. We don't really have to worry how much it costs. So what that will do is... Yeah, and that was freight. I'll run that going through here over to Burton and over to Calne. And so any goods that get picked up here, dropped off at Calne or Burton, will continue on to Haywood and then get transported on the TFM line up through Minchinhampton, Broughton, Waltham, and up into this area. So that is that. And so let's let time tick. We have $485 million in the bank. We do have iron ore sitting here. Where is the iron ore train? It is hauling stone back over in this direction. So it is some time away. And what we are going to do is... There's the boxcar. Alco... Oh no, not there. We want over here. We got 43 units. And we want to buy it from here. Alco HH. We are going to go with... These are gondolas. 5. Set line to Burton Iron Ore Slag. Really? Alright, and one thing I'd like to do is on this vehicle, we are going to do a replace out. We want the Alco HH600. We want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do a replace now. Oh, wait a minute. Actually, it's not going to matter. It'll just refresh it. Alright, so over here. Yep. You're going to buy another Alco HH600. And we want stake cars. We're going to set this to the Minchinhampton lumber. 18 units sitting there. And this already has coal. We're just waiting on iron ore. It'll take a little... Oh! Industrialist. Serve all industries. So I guess we got everything connected. Industries. Although with that said, the sawmill isn't producing, so production isn't necessarily... Really? Okay. So why didn't I get that in my USA Free Play series? Alright, I'll take it. So we got 2 of the 4 achievements that we were going for. It's just a matter of ramping up the goods. Alright, so we got a ton of livestock sitting here. 70 capacity. What I'm going to do is we are going to add more boxcars. 4 and 5. Replace now. $13.4 million, not a problem. And we got a ton of oil sitting here. How many vehicles do we have on this line? Alright. What we are going to do is Alco HH600, and we want to ramp up to that is 3, 6, 9. We're going to buy a second train and Broten oil. We have oil here. Wow. I guess that will find its way over to Minchinhampton. Wow. So it's going to go all the way up to Broten and then feed back along this line to Minchinhampton to get put on to the train to come over to here. Interesting. And we got more logs sitting here. We are going to buy Alco HH600. We are going to buy 2, 3, 5. Set line. This is going to be Burton planks. Oh. Oh, no, never mind. We just picked up, although with that said. Why are you waiting? Oh, because there's one ahead of you. Alright. And just curious, how much coal does this have? Well, we got lots of coal sitting there. And we should have construction materials. Presuming we have, yes, we have a vehicle on the line. You should be producing. You're not hauling anything. And we have the Alco PA PB. Really? What is the frequency on the Calne Conmat? 6 minutes? Okay. You why are you not producing? There is absolutely no... Oh, okay, never mind. Alright, about that. And we have slag sitting here. That is a steel train. By trains, we are going to go another Alco PA. Or not PA. I already want to start using the PA PBs. Let's go up to, yeah, that many. And we want the Burton iron ore slag line. And we have 47 sitting here. Let's buy a train. Alco HH600. And we want state cars. We'll do that many. And Burton planks. Alright, we got that there. If we check over here, let's buy another train. Alco HH. All the way to the bottom. We'll buy that many. And we want this on the Minchinhampton lumber. And we got oil sitting here. Vehicles, there's 12. Capacity, we are going to buy another Alco HH600 and tankers. How many is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And the Broughton oil. Never did get this sorted out. Although it does go on that line. Alright. So over here, what we want to do, we'll just pause. Connect that into that. And then this into there. And there we go. Alright, there is one of our goods trains. The Minchinhampton steel line. Really? Why is there logs going up onto that line? Say what? 3 logs going on the Minchinhampton steel line. They would have to be going to a sawmill, which is over, not over there, over here. Okay. How? Okay, so on the Minchinhampton steel line. So the next stop would be back here to the steel mill. All right. They would have to be transported onto the Burton steel line, which then goes this way. And it goes all the way up to Burton Goods. All right. And then from Burton Goods, really? It'll get picked up, brought back to here, and then it's being shipped over to this sawmill here. Cargo will find a way. It's always going to find a way. So logs from here, going over to here, getting dropped off to here. Then they're continuing on over to here, getting transported back over to here to go over to here. Oh. Yeah, that's, I want to say epic. That way, that way, that way, that way, that way, that way, back here, over there, to here, to be supplied into there. Wow. Alright, I did not expect that. On the one hand, our stake car trains are, they're segregated, so these logs and planks cannot find their way over to the machines and tools, so that's something. And we got tons and tons and tons of... What are you doing? You're waiting for a free path. Why are you waiting for a free path? Is it because I've given you absolutely no signals? Yeah, it's because I've given you absolutely no signals. Oh, yeah. We are going to do a crossover here just because reasons. There. We'll put a signal there. We are going to want a signal there. Signal there. Signal there. Let's let that run. That should be plenty of signals. Yeah. And then we'll put a signal there, there, and this needs to be a one-way. Well, it doesn't have to, but it doesn't hurt. And so we got oil, crude oil, and fuel transferring there. All right, now we've got lots of oil, or rather crude oil sitting there. How is our industry production? Limit, we've only hit an 800 limit, which is not really surprising actually. We're not really connected up to as many towns as we might otherwise be. We're not really connected to as many... let's see. You are... And I'm trying to provide shopping. Because I've already done the... It did help that I did trim out some of the construction, or not the, some of the industrial. So what I'm going to do, we're going to just start trimming out any zones that do not fit within range of the station. What that should do is that these numbers should tweak so that the actual demand is a lot less. We will not lose any demand for the factories, simply because these are not within range. They're not providing their demand to the various towns or various industries regardless. Alright, so that and that. Don't think we really need to, unless... Actually, we are... This is what we can spend our money on. tearing out the towns. Alright. We have Calne here. We are going to want to tear out these. Alright. And over here in Broughton, we are going to want to clear those out. We are trying for these achievements by any means necessary. And yet we covered Melton. Over here in Waltham, pretty much done the same. So we did Broughton, we did Melton, we did Haywood, we've done Minchinhampton. Although it looks like they've grown back. You're not allowed to grow back. Oh, we are getting goods. So it could be any time. Although with that said, yeah, we don't have that much in the way of goods productions at the moment. Yep, only one there. We have plastic showing up here. Plastics and planks. Really? Why are the... Oh. We need those planks. What I'm going to do on my Minchinhampton goods line. Replacement. We are going to... where's the Alco? Alco HH. And we are going to go with boxcar, but we are going to specify goods. 5, we're going to replace now. That will prevent anything other than goods from being on this line. There you go. No plastics for you! Yeah, I bet that. Although, with that said, once we start supplying the goods from here into this system, then the goods will flow, so... Yep. Minchinhampton. 6% coverage. And yep. Oh, really? No. You're not allowed to come back. I need to reduce the amount of coverage for the city. The shopping demand. Alright, so we need planks, we need steel. Which means, let's check our steel mills. We got lots of steel here, so Burton Steel. Actually, no, we want Minchinhampton Steel. We only got... Alright. And that is the coal train. We want the Alco HH600. I could possibly prevent the planks and... Yeah, we're going to do it. This is only going to haul steel. Five, we're going to replace now. We want to buy trains, Alco HH600, and we want a stake car with steel, and we are going to clone it and set it to the Minchinhampton, nope, not that one, Minchinhampton Steel. And we are going to merchant steel. Yep. Buy trains. And the RE44 and the large tank car. It is 1948. Time is just a-flowing. We're halfway to whichever year it is. 2000. 4, 5. We are going to set this. Actually, no. Let's clone it 3 times. Burton steel. And you have iron ore. We are going to definitely need to ramp up the iron ore. Actually, how many vehicles on the line? Buy trains. Alco HH 600. And we want 6, 7. Burton. Was that iron ore slag? Yep. And you are currently seeing a potential of 50. Have we just been oversupplying? Well, we have 83 sitting here. Well, ramp up. And construction materials. We are going to want to replace this out. Alco HH 600 with 4, 5. Yep, we're going to replace now. And we are going to buy 2, 3, 4, 5. We are going to clone it and Calne Conmat. And you are a Burton Steel. Are you preparing to replace out? No, you're not. So we want to set a replacement. We want Alco HH 600 and 5 of these. We're going to no, not on that. We want to replace now, just on this train. You're bringing freaking lumber back. Problem is, these I think can only haul steel. Because reasons. Alright. We have $708 million in the bank. How are we doing for Minchinhampton? Well, 13% goods, and wow. The demand for commercial goods have spiked up. No. Don't. I need to fight you. You're not allowed to have commercial goods. Or as many. Oh, that dropped to 72 demand from 84. No. Stay down. Let's shrink this town. No. You're not allowed to grow there. Oh. So we have 10 of 72. There's probably not going to be much I can do about that. There's 330 potential for goods. We are not producing any. We need steel, so it's going to take a little bit of time. Yep, about that. What do we have sitting here? You're only hauling back 4. Yeah, we need this to ramp up big time. It's going to take these to upgrade. We should have lots of frequency. This goods factory. It has planks, it has planks and steel. There are goods accumulating here. Calne goods line. Vehicles. We are going to want to replace this out with we need the Alco HH, and we are going to go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Replace now. Is that the only one on the line? Yes, it is. With that said, it only is going between, actually no, here to here. We're gonna buy another Alco HH and get the frequency up. Suck line, Calne goods. And we have the Axe Alp. That comes out in 1950. The Viola. We have the All-American Golden Sand. We have the Rail Bus. The Tank Wagon and Stake Car. Rail Bus. I've heard this is kind of like the... These vehicles were diesel-powered twin-axle rail buses of light construction. The motors were built into the chassis under the vehicle. 14 capacity, 90 top speed. So it's slower than the M300, which is right here, which is 13 capacity. Are these the relative sizes of the vehicles? Because this is tiny. 127k per year. Lifespan 40. Although this is gas propelled and this is diesel. So that could be the difference. That's twice as heavy. And it costs a lot less. Costs less, more capacity, slightly slower speed. Yeah, about that. Now, have I completely segregated my rail traffic? Yes, I have. So what I'm going to do is get rid of this line. Oh, bother. Did we have a train flip around or something? Waiting for free path. Did I not put any... Oh, bother. Yeah, I put no signals on the line. So we are just going to do that right now. At this point, though, what I'm going to probably do is take a break here. I'll do this stuff off screen. Yeah, it would help if I actually signal things up. Yeah, about that. We have lots of goods flowing. We actually have a lot of construction materials sitting here, which is nice. We have this struggling to produce. We may need to look at planks production, which I'll probably do off screen. Anyway, at this point in time, I'm going to take a break here, and we will continue off with more Transport Fever, Train Fever Industrialist. It is 1950. 50 more years until we get the Train Fever achievement. We've already gone Industrialist. We've already gone Industry Provider. We are just now working our way towards Commercial or Commerce Provider. Anyway, thank you for watching. My name is Scott for SB Gaming. And as always, have a good day.